Hi, so today I am here with the gorgeous Jo Rogers.
Hello.
From Queensland, and she is, in case some of you don't know, the owner of Style on Stage, which was probably the first major.
Yeah, I mean, Style on Stage was developed in the very early 30s as basically a one-stop shop for people trying to get ready for shows, because you had to go to different people all over the place to get your costume and your shoes and your tanning and your routines and everything. So I plunked it all together, and yeah.
And ever since, it's been a complete hit and really, really popular.
Yeah, it's grown huge.
Yeah,
beyond anything that I could imagine.
So I thought today, like with a lot of you readers, particularly on Figure It Out, that we talk lots about shoes and costumes and posing. So just a couple of quick questions. When someone's deciding on a bikini,
yep,
what's probably the most important thing to think about?
Oh, definitely the fit. So you want to get a quality bikini designer that knows what, knows about the bodybuilding industry. So you can't just go to any dressmaker and get them to make a standard bikini. It just doesn't fit the same.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be the most important thing, because that's what's going to complement or distract from your physique.
Okay, so in federations where you do actually have a couple of options with the cut of the bottom particularly, like how do you know if it's okay to wear like a 3/4 or slightly less, or whether it's okay to put your glutes into a G-string?
Yeah.
Or
I think at the moment, I mean, NABBA are probably the only federation that will allow competitors to wear a G-string, because they encourage the development and want to actually judge it as a muscle group. I'm not sure if INBA have actually banned G-strings. I'd have to have a look on their website, but up until at least a year or two ago, it was there was no restrictions. But I've had messages from at least our federation president up in Queensland going, please discourage them if they want it. So they're obviously trying to pull that away.
yeah. Okay.
Some of the federations will require a slightly less revealing cut, and that will depend on the division that the girls are doing as well. So the new physique division, so with IFBB, requires half of the glutes being covered, and it has to be a certain thickness on the side of the hips. Yeah.
Okay. And so if the fit's the most important thing, then what are your other, say, two major considerations? Like, how do you choose colour? Like, because sometimes a girl really likes a colour that actually doesn't complement her.
It's a tough one, because I mean, I've seen girls that absolutely look amazing. There's one girl here in Melbourne who just is mind-blowing in royal blue, and she bought a red bikini off me because she needed a second one, and it's like she sort of disappeared on stage. Same girl, same show, just didn't have that wow factor, and that's something that you're not going to really know until you find out firsthand. I usually tell girls to choose a colour that makes them happy, one that they can see themselves wearing on stage. So most girls will come to me and go, oh, I really, really love purple. I'd love to see myself in purple on stage. And purple's a lovely, safe colour, so there's no issues. The issues come when you start looking at burnt oranges, browns, muted golds and things like that, where they can look amazing on the right competitor. They can make someone look like a Greek goddess wearing nothing, but the same bikini or the same colour on someone else can just make them look insipid and very flat. And yeah.
And as someone who is highly experienced with dealing with that, do you actually, if the girl asks the opinion?
Yep. I'm sort of known for my opinion. I don't think I'm totally opinionated, but I would suggest, I mean, if the girl's like, no, I've got my heart set on it, along the lines of, I want you, it's fine, I'll do what they want, or I'll try and explain the reasons why to go for it or not to go for it, and they'll usually come around. So there's a few issues like that.
And just one more thing on Cozzie's bikinis. I mean, if my clients ask me where to go, I do direct them to you. Could you just, I guess we all know that we can tell a Jo Rogers bikini on stage. I guess what I like, not only the beauty, but there's a lot of craftsmanship. Could you just briefly explain like the effort and attention to detail that you put into your cozies?
Yeah.
Because I don't think people actually understand.
No. A lot of people don't understand how much goes into actually the very first email that I'll get or the first appointment that I get to the end product. So, I mean, I'm doing around 600 bikinis a year now, so I physically can't decorate and sew every single one of them, but every single bikini basically comes through me at some point. Some girls can take weeks and hours of emails to actually get to the decision to place an order, so you've got all that time involved there. Some girls are really good and they'll know exactly what they want. Once I get the order, I then am either looking at the girl one-on-one at a fitting, or I go through their photos, and I do my fittings, especially for the figure girls, via a height sort of process rather than you know, a size 10, 12, 16. I mean, no one should be on stage at a size 16 anyway. So with the figure girls, it's your length that's going to determine your shape and your proportions for your chest. Obviously, implants are going to make, you know, it's the sizing of your top is going to be very, I suppose, more obvious than someone who doesn't have implants that's going to lose a lot of breast tissue. But I don't make a bikini top that is going to fit a size A or a size B. I make it to fit the proportions of their chest, so it looks right on them. So yeah, so the fitting is next, and then I have to write all that up. I have a machinist that does most of my sewing for me, so the orders go through to her. I then have to get it back. I will add all the loops in, I'll write all the order up, it all gets packaged. We then decide whether I decorate it. I do all the really high-end work. I've got a decorator in WA who is amazing. Angela is amazing, so she does sort of all my mid-range work, and my daughter's just come on board and is learning the craft. No, that's just a new thing. So Layla's come on board and is going to be decorating sort of more simpler options for us, so eventually we can sort of just keep it moving along and everyone will get more experience down the track. So once the suits are decorated, we then have to make sure, you know, that the padding goes in it and all that sort of thing. But the design process takes a long time too. So to actually design a new creation for somebody, I can sit there for hours just going scribble, scribble, scribble. No, I don't like that. And eventually it'll come to fruition, and then that design has to be transferred onto the bikini. The crystal work is done all by hand, so I don't use any hot fix crystals, no transfers, no iron-ons or anything like that. So every single crystal is put on by hand.
Wow.
Yeah, and some of them can take me 30 or 40 hours to do, and they're very intricate. That's why I have to wear glasses now. I'm very blind, I've got arthritis in my hands.
The perks of the job.
Yeah, it's all awesome. But the end product, and once a bikini is made, if it's new, it then has to be photographed, so that I can put it on Facebook, or it goes on my website, and then it gets packaged up, we contact the owner. So that process can take weeks, and then when you've got literally hundreds of them coming through every month or two, it gets a bit crazy.
Yeah. Well, thanks a lot for that. I think that was quite enlightening to the whole process of putting a bikini together from the email to the end product. Actually, probably a lot more work than what people think. I don't think they actually understand that it really is a lengthy process. So thanks a lot for enlightening us on bikinis. Thanks a lot. That was